You're live.
What's going on, guys? Good evening. Good evening. We got a full house tonight. We got all the homies in the building. Uh, want to say what's up to them real quick. As always, my co-pilot Matt Fuller in the building. What up, dog?
What's going on?
What's up, my man? Uh, we got the legend Dave Palumbo in the building. What's up, Dave?
Hey, everyone.
Wow, how did I get billing above the star? Jeez.
Yeah. Well, you're the co-pilot, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'll keep the checks coming. Don't worry.
Well, we're at 40,000 feet, bro. I need to make sure you're holding it down. So we got the homie Kazra in the building. What's up, big dog?
I'm Alice the Maid on Brady Bunch, right in the middle.
It's right in the middle, man. Right in the middle.
I'm in the right place. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. We got the homie Jason running back. What's up, big dog?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me tonight.
No doubt, no doubt. We got my boy Chimichanga and the Lazy Boy.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for having me.
Homie Ryan. What's up, big dog? We got the homie Marcus, a homie that I had the pleasure of meeting and hanging out with at OAX. And now we're doing a stream together, we're hanging out, gonna look at some art and have a good time. So appreciate you coming through, Mark.
Yeah, thanks for having me in this.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. So, guys, the reason for the show is we're all homies here, and the one thing we have in common is we all have some of Mr. Dave Palumbo's art in our collections. And I got a new piece in recently from Dave that I wanted to show on YouTube. And instead of just making it about my piece, I was like, well, let's get all the homies that have some of Dave's art, whether it be from the 2020 from a different set or something that is not Marvel at all. So it's gonna be, I thought it'd be a cool ass idea and a nice way to show some love to Dave and show some art, man, talk some shit, man. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. I always enjoy doing this. I always enjoy seeing what other people collect, what they have in their collections, the experience, like the journey to get those pieces. Because, pretty much most pieces, there's a journey behind it before you get it, and then you kind of look back, damn, I had to wait like 2 years to get that piece, or I had to, I met this dude, and, and there's always a story. So I thought it'd be cool as hell and get all the homies on board. And thank you guys for joining, man. So appreciate y'all. So we've got a couple other homies that are coming. Listen, I'm not the greatest YouTube host. I try my best. I'm not Kazra.
You're my favorite. You're my favorite YouTube host.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing because it only just dawned on me how weird this is going to feel for me.
So, why is that? Why is that? Let me know.
Just it's really sweet and appreciated to get a bunch of people together who have pieces of mine and talk about them. I'm just not usually in the room when that happens.
You get to see some long lost children.
Yeah.
Wait to the end when we all start talking shit about how our piece is better than the other person's piece. That'll get really weird.
Yeah, it can get muddy, bro, for sure. It can definitely get muddy. But anyway, so yeah, bro. You guys are awesome. Appreciate y'all for coming. I know we got a couple other homies that are gonna be sliding in. That whenever they come through, they come through. So pretty much, how do you guys, Matt? How should we start this? Should we just pretty much like a carousel? I guess
go for it.
We start from top to bottom. So I guess our boy Ryan's up at the top left. Ryan, let the homies know what you have from Dave, and if you got like a little bit of a journey story for your piece,
I do.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, I was lucky enough to grab the 2020 Jean Grey. It's behind me. I can grab it real quick, but I did have a list, so I don't know if you guys want to go in how the rollout was. I actually thought it was kind of interesting, but if memory serves right, and Dave can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he only listed a few each week or every 2 weeks or something. So I did have a list. I think I had like a top 5 list of Deadpool is like my go-to, but I also for OA go through try to get the X-Men team together. But I had a list of top 5, and Jean was in there, but I got so close on some other ones where it's in my cart. It's one of those games where it's like it's available. It's live. Move to cart. Here's the payment information. But I think the third or fourth time, or the third or fourth week, was lucky enough to grab this one, so I can show everybody it.
That's a cool ass story, right? Like,
Well, it's cool for me
you
because
take a
I was-
shot. Yeah, you take a shot and then you miss and you miss, and then you finally get in and you lock one in. Like,
I love the mat on that.
that's so good, dude. That's such a beautiful piece, man.
I was going to say it's a cool story for me because I had just missed the release of 2020 Marvel Masterpieces. I think I came into the hobby around Spider-Man Metal full time again. So being able to go back and relive that history of kind of how the set released and how the sale went is really cool historical information for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was it was kind of like a figuring it out on the fly plan for me, because I wasn't expecting, it was fall of 2020, and so there had been plans of doing like a gallery show, and then when it became clear that that just wasn't going to be an option, I had to kind of figure out a different way to do it. And it felt like weekly releases of about, I think it was like 12 or 13 pieces each week was what I ended up doing. But go ahead.
I actually really appreciate how you did it. It gave a lot of us a chance to get a piece. So I think we were talking about it before, but I think because of that reason, it got scattered pretty across. I think there's a lot of different collectors has yours versus one person having like, several pieces.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and before any of them went up, I think it was when like the first previews got posted online. There was one collector who's pretty aggressive, and he reached out to me and was already like trying to bargain prices down and stuff when things hadn't even been released yet. And it really kind of cemented for me this feeling of, because I know there's like a lot of folks who are really eager to make direct contact with artists, and they usually get in the front of the line just for that boldness. And there's people with really deep pockets who get in the front of the line because of that. And just with that said, at that moment, I was like, I want to do this in a way that is gonna, not put things on those terms, I guess, and see how it goes. And I was pretty happy with how it played out.
Same. And I think maybe like 2 years later, I don't know if I can get a good shot, but I was able to get the transfer page for it.
Oh, nice.
I just stuck it on the back right there.
No, that's cool.
So I think, correct me wrong, but I think there's like 3 different versions, right? Versions where you have like the original, you have the prelim, then you have the transfer page.
Yeah. So the transfer page and the prelim would be pretty much like one-to-one direct with each other, and then of course the original is a much bigger piece than that. So
nice. And something I do too with original art, I like trying to get like maybe like a card or two out of it, like kind of the rare one. So I was able to get one of your autos, the out of 10.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
So I grabbed that one and the metallurgy for the set. I love these.
To get that transfer, you must have had to do some because those went out. That was a blind.
I got it. Who got it from you? I believe so. I already went through someone else. I don't know how.
Yeah. I was gonna say, for it to have gone to you would have been remarkable luck on your part, because those were just like I didn't even know who they went to. I just packed them all up in boxes and then put labels on the boxes without knowing what was in what. So yeah.
Well, it's a key piece in my collection for sure. So thank you again.
For sure, yeah.
It's always nice to get a couple nice big cards to match with the art. You know what I mean? It's definitely cool to do that. Matt, you want to go? You want to go next?
Sure. This will be fortuitous timing too. So when this set came out, this was the first time I was really ever drawn to the prelims, and just hearing Dave at the time talk about it, and just something about the way these prelims were done, like with the red, and I had never seen anything like that before, and just visually they just caught my eye, so that really the only pieces of Dave's I have are the prelims, because they just stand right out to me, and there's just I don't know. For me, there's just something that captivates me. And fascinatingly, the first one I'm going to show.
There it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Sweet.
Nice.
So that is kind of interesting timing.
I did not know you had that.
And just, again, just hearing that process, that this is how you sort of build it. Just something about the whole story combined with the visuals just has cemented these as really my favorites. I was also able to get, you need a little man nipples in your life. So,
Wow. That's cool.
yeah. And just this was one of my, up until that point in time, one of my favorite Marvel shows. Like, I absolutely love these TV series. And I think this, with the eyes behind it and the whole fractured personality, absolutely love that one. Normally, I only go for published pieces, but I loved the story behind this one about how it was done, and then they asked for a redo on it. And again, it's just such a good piece, and just the danger of her is still there, but she's actually also feminine in this. So it's such a fascinating piece, and I just love the whole background, everything about it. And again, just the reds just grabbed me. And then I do have one more I grabbed, which was from Platinum, which some of you may recognize because as a gift for our good friend Braden, I donated this so that when he hits 750 subscribers on his YouTube, this will be a giveaway for one of his subscribers. And it's one of those that, don't get me wrong, I'm super happy it belongs there, but it's one of those, after I said it and it just sort of sat there, I'm looking at it, I'm like, what have I done? Like,
With the million sketches you had, you could have been like, here, let's do this puzzle sketch.
Yeah.
But no, that's a good one, and that's probably one of the cooler pieces in Platinum.
Here's the thing.
Great piece.
I've got 3 mutants and I love it, but when I look at this with the clouds and the way the flame, I'm like, this is probably my favorite of the 4. So yeah, there's a little insight into how my brain works. But yeah, everything about this, I just absolutely love. And I love that, again, with the paint, you can see the texture. Like when I take it out, when you angle it, you can see all the strokes, just everything. I'm just in love with these. So again, if I found a full original piece, like one of the base cards that made sense, I would certainly go after it. But I'm incredibly happy with all of these Bruins. Just did a great job on it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, super nice, man. They look real good. What's up, Sid? How you doing, brother?
What's up? How you doing?
Hey, Sid.
Doing well, man.
Hey,
Doing
Dave,
well.
how's
Thank
it
you
going?
for coming, bro.
And there we go.
All right, big dog, you're up, homie.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Well, I'll walk back to the wall and I'll grab it in a minute and I'll bring it closer. But obviously, I've got the Spider-Gwen from Marvel Platinum. I think I've shared this story before, but when I came back into the hobby, I didn't even know original art was a thing. I actually thought it was either digital, or I thought that like Marvel or Upper Deck just kept it all. I was like, why would they actually sell this to just collectors? I learned about original art through Dan's MM22 set, and I think I probably chased art in some way, shape, or form for probably at least 12 to 14 months before being able to get my hands on a couple of pieces. I started with Fred Ian, actually, Unbound Year 3. Got a couple of their female pieces. You can see one over to the side. But I was like, I'm a Spider-Gwen collector. Like, she's my main PC. I was like, I have no idea where those pieces are even at. There's not that many of them because she's kind of a newer character. And then Marvel Platinum came out, and I fell in love with this Spider-Gwen just instantly. And I knew David offered it up previously, I think at a trade show. I wasn't in attendance. I'm like, there is no chance that piece is still available. I have no shot at it. Marvel Platinum releases. Dave's actually on, I think, this channel with Lewis, Matt, and a couple other guys. And right over his right shoulder, this piece is hanging on the wall in his studio. And I immediately emailed him while the live stream was going on. And I'm like, is that piece still available? And he's like, it is. And I bought it the same night. And so let me go back and grab it.
Nice.
Yeah, that was awesome.
These streams actually pay off. Look at that.
Yeah, man. Awareness. It's all it is.
Oh, that's a Titan. It's a big one.
Oh, wow.
Here she is, up close.
That
When I
teal
took this
border
to the
is nice.
framer, I've got probably 12 or so pieces of original art now. And on every other piece, I've had treatment in mind. Like I knew kind of how I wanted to frame it before going into the shop. With this piece, I had no idea. So my framers actually were really consulting and kind of walking me through it and came up with this idea. And I was like, it's perfect. Like it just matches it so well. It just pulls out the teal from her backpack and her shoes. But the other thing I really like about it is it kind of pays homage to Marvel Platinum, which is a really colorful set. It's the first Upper Deck set that introduced like 50 parallels and different rainbows for all of the cards. So this is, I like to refer to this as my teal 1 of 1. So
Beautiful. Stunning.
yeah.
I like that it's a nice lighter color, so it complements. It doesn't draw the eye away. It's great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to set this down, and then I pulled 2 cards out of the display case I want to show as well. So just like Ryan, I got to pair it with, pair it with autos. So I know we're going to probably see this one tonight as well. This is one of those cards I had no idea where it was at until today. So I had to talk to Marcus about that, but I pulled that out. This one is actually not by Dave, but in Marvel Platinum, as you guys know, the Marvel Great sketch cards are very, very hard to pull, and they've become very, very valuable. This market's actually been kind of mind-blowing, seeing some of the sales over the last couple months. This is the only Spider-Gwen sketch from the set, so I thought it was really cool to pair this with the Spider-Gwen original art, but this is by Casey Parsons, so that's one of my prize collection as well.
The sketches were that controlled on Platinum?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just under 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
And only 7 artists.
Yeah.
Pretty wild, man. Pretty wild. But yeah, dude, Jason, that's beautiful, man. Gwen's awesome. It's an iconic image in the set. When people pull the big Gwen cards, everybody wanted them. Everybody wants them. They spend the big money for them. So
that was the real eye-opening moment for me in the hobby. Is that was the first time I remember watching breaks and watching YouTube shows, and people were like, man, I'm looking for the Gwen. I'm trying to hit the Gwen. And I just look behind me, and it's like on the wall behind me while they're chasing the card. I'm like, this is kind of a surreal experience.
yeah, no doubt. Well, Mr. Marcus, speaking of Gwen,
Yeah, speaking of Gwen, so I own 2 pieces of Dave's. Lucky to own 2 of them. For me, I started my Marvel collecting journey back in '92, like most people with Juice Go Set. But shortly after that, I discovered Magic the Gathering, and I never looked back. I played Magic off and on for my entire life, but only got into original art collecting just pre-COVID. But Magic art it's tough to get some really killer pieces. Like there's some major whales there, and during COVID, prices really skyrocketed. So I didn't really get too much Magic art. But then I saw a post by a very prominent Magic dealer. He posted the original art for Dave's Iron Man. When I saw that, I was like, holy shit, what the hell is this? So did some digging, and of course, Dave is a Magic the Gathering artist, right? And that's when I rediscovered Marvel Masterpieces. I didn't even know they kept making sets. So Dave's art kind of brought me into that. And, did my research. I joined a little late, too. I missed some of those weekly auctions. But as soon as I found out they were happening, I remember that first drop. It was like every Sunday at 11 o'clock my time. I had my computer open. I was pre-logged into PayPal, turned off my 2-factor so it wouldn't slow me down. And I think that first week I tried to get Silk, and I was ready, refreshing, and I failed. It was gone in seconds, right? Second week, I think it was Black Panther Countess. Tried again, failed. Didn't think I was gonna get anything. And then the final week had the piece I wanted the most, and it's Gwen, like you said. And for this one, I was like, okay, I'm losing everything, and I know Gwen's gonna be popular, so I actually went to my buddy's house. He's like a techie kind of guy. He's got high-speed internet. wired in, fast laptop stuff, right? So I went to his house, sitting in his kitchen. I called my other buddy up. He was logged in trying to win it for me too. And, sitting there, 11 o'clock's rolling around, refreshes. I have, I think, Ghost Spider saved in my clipboard. So when I went Control F, I paste it in, it's right to her, right? And I'm hoping she's last so I can beat the people that are scrolling. Luckily it went right to her, click add to cart, checkout. And I remember PayPal, the wheel was spinning, of course it's the payment. And I was yelling at the monitor, I was like, accept the payment.
That's the damn thing, man.
Please, Lord.
Like, I think I punched his wall by accident and with my knuckles and ran around his kitchen. And oh man, it was so pumped, right? And yeah, lo and behold, usually hangs right in front of me actually, but I took it down and
Oh man, look at that.
yeah, so she's here. So I guess we see this one. Okay. Yes. Here's Glenn here.
Wow, incredible.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece.
Stunning.
It's crisp.
Now, Dave, was this your first time painting Gwen?
Yeah, that was the first one. Yeah. I love these accents on everybody's frames have got these color accents that are really just they're just complementing the painting so well. Looks
Yeah.
great.
And that was a great choice, Marcus, with that. Very nice.
Oh yeah, super lucky. Yeah, and that's. I'll show you the other one too. I ended up finding.
So how'd you get the second piece? Because you said you missed out on this one in the sales, right?
Yeah, I missed out on this one. It turns out another Magic the Gathering collector got it. He's like a mod or admin on the MTG Art Facebook group.
Okay.
So I think Dave brought over a lot of collectors actually to. Yeah, Sid is one of them. I recognize Sid's name, but I ended up getting this one from Silk.
Whoa.
Oh wow, that is
Nice.
awesome, dude.
Yeah.
This is my first time seeing
Wow.
either of these pieces. It's incredible.
Me too,
Yeah.
man. I
I've
saw
never-
him on the Marcus showed me on his phone the pictures at OAX, but being able to see him on video, it's nice.
Yeah, I've never shared them publicly before, but yeah, anyone at OAX will just got it out of me easily.
Yeah,
As well, right?
yeah, those are great ones, man. It's very difficult to find big characters from 2020 Like the art, it's very difficult to get a big character.
Yeah, and I do like graded cards too. So I found it's like a pop one of a PSA 10. Gwen.
Nice.
There is a pristine one out there that I missed out on. So if anyone's watching that has that pristine CGC one, I'd be interested.
Without. Yeah, those are stunners, man. That Gwen, that's a. I'm trying to think. No? Simone had a Gwen in 2018. There's not many Gwens from Marvel Masterpieces, man. When you think about it, Jusko didn't have one in 2016, so you had only 2018, 2020. Yeah, so only 4 Gwens.
Yeah, I think Dan kept his, right? So,
Yes, yeah, kept it. Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful piece, Marcus. Thank you for sharing.
You know,
Yeah, and for Dave, like those auctions, you ran them beautifully because I remember thinking bots are just gonna snipe everything, but you didn't reveal the URL until that.
Yeah, I was.
Right.
I'm not the most tech savvy person, and so it might have been serendipitous that I was just doing everything by hand live. And so I'm like, while you guys are out there refreshing, I'm also like on my FTP site, like manually uploading. So yeah, it was trying to keep it as fair as possible.
I appreciate that.
yeah.
And Lewis, I do know the person who has the prelim for Venom. So I don't know if you like getting both, but if you want, I could always put you in contact with that person. So,
If I decide that's something I need, I know where to go now.
you know that.
There's two pieces from Dave's set that I really would like to find. Like I found one of them, but I haven't reached out to the person to see if they want to sell it. The Cyclops. Something about that Cyclops, the one on top of the Sentinel. I love that damn piece, bro. I don't have a Cyclops. Well, that one's awesome, and I would love to get one of the Panthers. I found out where one of them is. I would like to know where the base one is. But the piece I wanted the most, I again super lucky and super blessed and thankful to have it. You know, but again, just finding the good characters, man, it's difficult. They get locked up. They fall into collections, and sometimes it doesn't matter how much money you got, man. The piece is not available. You know.
Yeah, it's super interesting you say that, Lewis, because I think in the community we feel like we know where a lot of the MM18 pieces are. We know where a lot of the MM22 pieces are. I don't know what it is about MM20, but those got black hole. Like those collectors just held on to them. They kept them private. It's hard to track down a lot of those pieces.
I wonder how they were sold.
I wonder how much might also be because of the crossover with the Magic collectors coming in. And Sid could probably speak to this. I know there was some culture clash between the two groups.
A little bit. Some people.
I think, I think got smoothed over in the end, but that might account for some people who picked pieces up and then exited the group if they were feeling like, I don't know. I don't get it, because I think the way that Ian runs the MMC, the Facebook groups are such, like, to me, like really like great communities, and the mods are tough but very, very fair. And I think some people just came in and wanted to do things their way and didn't go over well. But yeah, that might be why some of them are maybe like harder to track down.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Mr. Kazra, you got something super cool.
Yeah, it's heavy too. I guess a little bit of background. I actually put an anthology together back in 2011 and 12 with that Dave was kind to contribute to. I've been a fan of his for like all of a sudden it's a long time, right? I thought I was late to Dave's incredible art back in 2011, but here we are. And then I put together the Illustration Art Expo as part of OAX and announced it during our, I think it was during our Comic Art Live virtual con in November. And I was preparing images of Dave's work as Dave was going to come on. We were going to talk about Dave being part of IAX, and, you know, Dave doing, you guys might have seen this, Dave doing the first poster art for IAX. Thank you again, Dave.
Notch. Awesome.
Killer piece.
And so while I was looking up, just trying to like distill a ridiculous number of incredible paintings that Dave's done over a long career already, I saw this piece. Dave would have to correct me. I think it was a relatively new sort of personal piece. I don't know that it had been created, you know, that much longer than that November.
Just about a year before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll try to hold it up. I sent Fuller, you, and Lewis images because I just didn't even know if it would translate, because it's not a Marvel character. It's a personal piece. It's incredibly emotive and subtle, and unfortunately, it is one of those pieces where it has a presence, and you have to be in the presence of it. Oh. Or so I think. You guys tell me otherwise. It's in a ridiculously heavy frame. So I'll do my best here.
Oh yeah, I love this.
Oh yeah.
So good.
The realism is crazy, dude. The way the tree bark looks, the leaves. It's got great realism, man.
Yeah, that's as good as I can do.
That's awesome, dude. It's awesome.
Now, did you put it in that heavy frame? Or
I did. I don't know why. I don't know why.
It matches. It's good.
Dude, it looks good. It looks like a
I
board.
can share the image right now to make it a safer back.
The woman whose feet didn't touch the ground is the name of the piece. I think Dave might have been very polite to call it a woman. I don't know what it is, but if he says it's a woman, then so be it.
Hey,
This
first
guy,
off, everybody in the chat, I know we haven't been keeping up with chat. I'm horrible again, not the best YouTuber. But thank you guys for tuning in and coming and hanging out with us tonight. Hermit Style, Matt McBrien, NSK, Wolverine Claws Out, Strange Collectibles, Swami. What's going on, guys? Everybody in here, appreciate y'all, man. Go back and show that piece, man. I just wanted to say what's up to everybody in the chat. We haven't said shit to them the whole stream, and we've been on for 30 minutes. That looks like a photo.
it's just real enough in person to suck you in. But I mean, Dave does a lot with a brush stroke. You can see it obviously in the foreground there with the brush in the ground, but it definitely lets your mind play, and that's why it's actually in my meditation room. I have a meditation room. I have a room where I have to get the F away and recenter myself and sort of think and dream and let my mind not be constricted by to-do lists and financial forecasts and other people's bullshit. And thank you, Dave. That is a centerpiece. I have a Kent Williams Destiny cover and a couple of George Pratt paintings, all in oils on purpose, because there's some almost a romantic feeling with an oil-based painting, and they're all together in that room. So it's serving a personal purpose. Thanks.
Remarkable company too for my piece to be in. So I appreciate
You know,
that.
when I see a scary woman floating in the forest, I always think meditation and romance. So,
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
She's there whether you see her or not.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I ever realized that was a painting. Like, I've seen it on your website, Dave, and I know you do photography as well. So, like Lewis said, I thought that was a photo. Like, that's insane.
It's interesting. Like, it's a lot of the way I paint is informed by things I've learned through photography, and photography is all about light. And so, the lighting in that piece is, I think it's in the language of photography, that like head-on flash, which gives it a feeling that no other direction of lighting would. But at the same time, I went through a big change in my painting process a bunch of years ago, where I used to be like tiny brushes and really uptight, and then I wanted to break away from that. I got more painterly. I started using occasionally like palette knives, big flat brushes, and I found that I got more comments from people questioning if it was painting or photography at times. And I think that there's something about, it's not like because if you look at that painting, I'm sure Kazra, looking at it in person, you can see it's very abstracted, but it's something to do with, I think, like just learning how to simulate the feel of like textures and have the kind of like precision of value and placement that translates in a way that looks like a different kind of detail than it actually is. So it's interesting,
It makes it more fun too, because depending on how far away you are from it, you can experience it in a different way. It has a different amount of resolution that it's demanding on you. And what I like, maybe you guys are different about this, or I'm just weird, is I don't carry the information from one distance to the next distance. I still get to experience it in a very sort of isolated way, depending on where I'm at and when I'm looking at it. I love this stuff. It's just gorgeous. To me, it's illustration, fine art, hybrid, interiority, personal, genuine, awesome. Insert more words. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's.
All right.
No, what to say, man. Art's cool as shit, man. Paintings are cool as shit. So.
Yeah. And Predator's up in one of those trees, so it's canon
for sure.
So Sid, you're up, big dog.
Let me go
Had to
first.
put you on the spot. Oh, he got him in the background. Let's go.
That is so cool.
So
I leave you the floor, sir.
I actually probably met Dave nine or so years ago at IlluxCon, and the year after that I became a volunteer there. So I've known Dave for a really long time. Obviously I've known his art for Magic even before that. I just wanted to show this. This is one
Oh,
of his
yeah.
more famous pieces of art. It's called Totally Lost, and you see they gave this little fella a name called Fibblethip, and he kind of became like a mascot of Magic the Gathering. He's on all sorts of different things, and I have like 2 plushies of him back here. Like he's like sort of the mascot. And Dave came up with that guy, which is really fun. I saw the original art actually in Las Vegas in 2000. Do you remember what year that was, Dave, that they did the art show in Vegas?
I wasn't at it.
I
So
know you weren't there, but
yeah, so I don't remember what year that would have been.
I
But
think it was around 2016, 2017, somewhere
okay.
in that time frame as well. And so I got to see that piece, and I have a picture of me like right next to it. I'm friends with the person who owns it. But so 2020 comes around, and I find out Dave's doing the Marvel Masterpiece. I'm like, oh, that's awesome, and it got me back into it. I was into it again, very much like Marcus, like 90 to 94. Like I was into baseball cards and stuff like that, but I was into Marvel cards, and then I got into Magic after that, and I've been in Magic ever since. I still play Magic. But so 2020 comes around. Oh, Marvel cards, I remember those. Oh, Dave's doing this, awesome. Saw the set, and I was like, the piece that I want, obviously Wolverine, because that's my guy, but that was pack inserted. It was a pack inserted redemption. So then my next one I wanted the most was Kitty Pryde. Kitty Pryde's like my next favorite character. Got beat out on that one. Ended up getting the Colossus. And I don't know if you can see it up here, but I have the preliminary art to the Wolverine holofoil, which is right up there. But I would need a ladder to get it down, so I didn't end up getting that down. So I got those 2 during Dave's sales. I know who has the kitty. If it ever comes up for sale, maybe I'll get it. But long story short, the redemption gets pulled on EPAC. And of course, everyone jumps on the guy like, hey, do you want to get rid of that? And the guy didn't want to necessarily keep it. And he sort of had just like a little private bidding war between a few people. And I was the one who ended up winning it. It was from someone from Canada. So we did like a little escrow thing where I sent someone money and he sent someone the card. And then we switched it so that, everyone felt safe about it and everything like that. And, a couple weeks later, I had the card home. I guess it was probably a few months later before the painting got here.
Yeah, what was because so you redeemed it directly then?
I was the person to redeem the
Nice.
card. Yep.
What was that process like?
It's just there's a web that Upper Deck just has a website. You go and you put the code in. You scratch a code off the card. I have the card actually.
I don't think Upper Deck's updated that website in 15 years. So.
Yeah, I know it is an old system, but you just go and you put in the code.
Yeah.
Scratch it off and you put it in.
Man,
That's awesome how they have
That's
the
insane.
art that you're getting on the card. That's cool as shit.
That's a 101 in and of itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's the only one like that. I do have, of course, the 2 autos.
Nice. Yeah.
That's awesome.
The Spectrum and the.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a redemption, dude. See, it's something new I learned.
The other redemption for the physical was the Spider-Man, and it's never been found as far as we know. The Spider-Man gallery.
Wow.
We were hoping it'd be in Lewis's recent
right
break, but it did not turn up. So
so as far as we know, well, that we don't know, but we haven't seen anyone pull it as of yet, which is
Can you imagine if somebody pulled it and they didn't even know what the hell it was? Like, whatever. And they just have it sitting in a pile of cards somewhere.
Yeah,
So.
it could be still in a Upper Deck warehouse somewhere for all we know.
But this usually sits down in my dining room. But I brought it up here to show today. Do you want a closer look at it? I can pull it down.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome.
Well played in getting it. Sounds like you went through a lot. That's awesome.
It was quite a journey.
Makes it even more special.
That's been like smooth, bro.
So good.
And of course, you see the Daves getting killed at the bottom, as the case with many of the paintings. Dave's in there getting
Dave's in the set
attacked.
heavy. For
Already
sure.
danger.
I wonder what a psychologist would say about painting yourself 3 times getting slashed by Wolverine.
That is gorgeous, Sid. So good, bro.
They'd say you made progress. You didn't do it 4 times.
It's an incredible piece.
Thank you.
Fausto, what up, baby?
And then yeah, here's a couple more
Hey, Fausto.
Fibble tips.
So that Wolverine looks like it's like 18 by 24, right?
Yeah, that's a
Big piece. Marcus,
Nice.
how big is the Spider-Gwen you have?
It's 18 by 24 also.
Oh, same size. Okay, so you did a lot of pieces that size then, Dave.
Yeah, a lot of especially the major characters, I did big. Most of the set was 12 by 16, but I think about 30 or 31 of them were 18 by 24.
Wow, that's cool.
Is there a prelim of that one?
yeah, so
Somewhere.
the prelim was supposedly pulled by someone not like in any of the groups, a friend of someone in the groups. I tried multiple times to reach out and never really got a response, but supposedly it was pulled.
As a nice treat, I'm getting a message from Gian. I'll try to not butcher his last name, Sinketti, and he shared that he has this one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
So we got Wolverines all around.
that's the
That's
prelim
beautiful,
that I
man.
have as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's beautiful stuff.
Can I ask? Sorry, Dave. Have you gotten Wolverine commission requests? Because I haven't seen them.
I have done a couple very small ones. I did one. There's a collector who every once in a while he'll ping me for a little 5x7, which is about aside from sketch cards, about the smallest commission that I would do. And at this point, he kind of does them in pairs, and so I did a Wolverine and a Sabretooth piece for him recently. And aside from that, I think the only other one I can think of is somebody reached out to me to do. Also, this was a pretty small piece that was a recreation of Amazing Fantasy 15 with Wolverine swinging and holding Deadpool under his arm.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That one's cool.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I think I'm trying to think. I don't think I've done another larger Wolverine. I mean, of course, like on APs and stuff, but I don't think I've done a larger piece really. Not that I can remember right this minute.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
All right, Lewis, I think it's your turn, right?
Yeah. So the story for me is, about like a month ago, we did a live stream with Dave, showing some of the pieces, some of the stuff that we saw at OAX for the people that didn't get a chance, that weren't there. Did a fun live stream, hung out, and Dave mentioned that he had some of the pieces from the MM 2020 set left. And at this point, I didn't own any piece from the set, because it's not easy to find a big character and a character that I want to add to my collection. So, the Venoms were always great. That shit. If I get lucky to find one of those, or get the Black Panther, any of the Black Panther shit like that, it just
Moon Knight.
couldn't find them. And get what's crazy is getting back into modern Marvel. The first Modern Masterpiece set I bought, the first box I bought was Dave's set because of the Venom. I didn't know shit which artists were which, what sets were superior. When I saw the box art, the Venom, I was like, bro, this is the one I'm going to buy. This Venom looks crazy. This set's got to be awesome. So that was the first Modern Masterpiece set I ripped, was 2020. And fast forward, the Venom was one of the pieces that Dave said that he still had. And we ended the stream, everything, and I couldn't get the damn thing out of my mind. I just kept thinking about the show. Like, bro, I know Dave said he doesn't want to sell it. He's not interested in selling, but I gotta at least try. You know what I mean? And dude, like 2 weeks went by, and I just gave him a call. Like, yo, listen, Dad, I want to be honest with you, bro. I haven't gotten this fucking piece out of my mind in the last 2 weeks, and I'm looking to add, a major piece to my collection. And what better way to get one of the pieces I like the most from the set, and to get a piece from the set that I didn't have. So, Dave was super cool. We worked out a deal, and I got it in, and it went a little roller coaster ride on the shipping. Thank God it got here safe. But the fucking thing went to Miami. It was in transit for like 2 weeks, and it was just Dave every day checking in. Hey man, getting updates, and it got here safe and sound. And when I opened it, was like, I'm a big fan of realism art, like the realism shit. I love that. And when I opened it and looked at the piece, I'm like, man, the Venom really looks alive. Like, you can see it from the box art, from the cards. The art just so realistic. Like, he literally looks alive in the piece. And to be able to have it now in my collection, it's fucking awesome, bro. It's such an awesome feeling. I love the damn thing. I haven't gotten it framed yet. Been sitting on an easel since I got it in. I just stare at it while I'm in the office working and doing shit. So let me flip the camera around.
There it is. Wow. The box art, man, that's like the piece from the set, arguably, and that's insane.
Yeah, man. The box art, the pack art, and the hollow foil. It's just, the fucking thing looks alive, man. It just looks so real, and the colors, and I don't know, like when I see like the colors and like the buildings and shit, like it's got like a Judge Dredd, RoboCop vibe feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And then it's fucking awesome, man. It looks alive, like it's crazy. So, again, Dave, thank you for giving me the opportunity to own it, man. I know this is one you kept, tucked away for a long time. I'm just happy to have it, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I'm glad it's in good hands. I know it'll be safe with you, and yeah, boy, yeah, the both of us were really kind of sweating that journey that it went on.
Oh, yeah. And you packed it fucking bomb proof, dude. So I knew it was gold. And registered mail is the safest way. I don't know what the hell they were doing though, dude.
We got the box art and the internal box art here on the stream.
Oh, nice.
Yo,
wow.
I forgot that Gwen is the yes. Yeah, so I love this piece, man. It's become one of my favorites from Marvel Masterpiece in my collection. So I'm a big Venom guy, and just having the realism, it's everything for me. So
Thank you.
So now do we need to put Dave on the spot?
yeah, we do. So Dave,
What else did you keep?
No, it's funny. Somebody did reach out with that question recently, and I was like, I will answer, but it's like unequivocally like these are not for sale right now. But no, I still have a few for me.
You have to. That's smart.
A lot of collectors in the Marvel hobby are getting into Magic for the first time because of the crossover. Who are your favorite Magic artists? Oh gosh, 30 plus years of history makes that a difficult question to answer. There's so many. I mean, some of the folks who were really big for me coming up, Donato Giancola was a huge one, and Darren Bader is another artist who, when I was like breaking in, I remember like there were certain people whose work I would look at to try to kind of like understand and figure out like what do I need to be doing and what do I need to be aiming for. But there's so many great folks, and I love in recent years that Magic has really kind of like broken their style out of its constraints that it was in for so long, and now there's just stuff with all different kinds of aesthetics going on that they're working in. So
For a while there, it became very homogenous.
For a number of years, and especially like that was during the time when I was kind of starting out, was when it was really boxed in. So it's great to see they're doing all kinds of weird stuff with it now. But yeah, my brain locks up when I get on the spot of thinking of like who's my favorite this or that, and it's always hard for me to kind of. Oh, and I mean, she was on the stream recently, but my mom has been doing some stuff for Magic recently also, which it's really cool to see. Yeah, it's such a big pool of folks involved at this point.
I mean, it's almost every fantasy artist like of the last 40 years has done art for it almost.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I mean, my brother, my sister-in-law both have done a lot of Magic cards, and a lot of the people could just kind of like friends and peers, the folks I see at conventions when I happen to get out of my studio. There's just a lot of great work there. Yeah. Can I do a magic trick now?
Of course, that's part of
Of
it.
course, I didn't even look down. I already know who it was, bro. I already knew who it was.
Hey,
But yeah,
Rich.
man, this is awesome. Being able to see all you guys' pieces from Dave is amazing. A lot of these pieces get locked up, and it's always good to. I know some people don't like to show a lot of this stuff, but it's always cool to bring some stuff to light and let people see them and get to experience that, and I'm sure it's a treat for the artist being able to go back and see your creations and in good collectors' hands and being appreciated. So I'm sure that's something cool, as an artist to enjoy. But yeah, man, you guys are awesome, man. I appreciate it. This was like something quick I wanted to put together. A bunch of you guys answered the call, man, and your pieces are gorgeous. Super happy for you guys. I want to continue to do these type of things with other artists, other sets. I know there's a lot of, I know we collect a lot of similar artists in our collection, so this is something I would love to continue, man. Just to put the spotlight on the artist, promote their work, and if something good can come out of it, or a viewer, a collector, or somebody, or the artist, somebody that wants to add, something, a piece of their collection. If that's what happens, that's what it's for. So.
Do you have any
So I know
plans?
it's-
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Marcus. No, go ahead.
So, do you have any plans on doing like a masterpiece art book, like the one just did, or?
It's. I never know. I don't know how to answer this question. It's been. I've been trying, and it's been a very windy road. And every time I think that it's finally happening, something derails. And so I think that there will be one hopefully soon. It's just I'm back in a situation right now where I can't say for sure when it's going to happen. So I have not given up on making that reality. It's just not been an easy road, but hopefully we will get there.
Let's talk, Dave.
What's
Let's
that?
talk. Let's talk about that. I don't know.
I gotta. We'll talk off air.
Oh sure. Oh sure.
Yeah, we
Huh.
definitely need a book. That's one thing I never asked you. If you had a book done, I had never seen one. So
Yeah, no, I would love to say more. I think at the moment that's about as much as I can say. Is
Yeah.
I'm working to make that a reality, but I can't give any more info just yet.
That's awesome.
Nice. I was just going to say, shout out to Kasra as well, because every single person on this stream was at OAX in January. That was the first time I got to meet
Wow.
everybody in person. Dave was there as well, and he's the nicest, most humble man to hang out with. I just had a super great time with you, Dave. And I think it really makes the piece more special, like getting to know you and have a relationship with you through that experience as well. So I just want to thank both of you for enabling that.
Absolutely.
Seriously, Castro, you put on a good show there. It was a good time.
Thank you. Then you guys will be happy to know that I'm smart enough for to have invited Dave back for OAX 26.
Bravo.
So you can spend more time. So and maybe a little bit more space. Get Dave, a little bit more lead time and notice about the show. And who knows? Who knows? We might see more art. Who knows? Sorry, Dave.
No, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it already.
Yeah. OAX is the
We
place to
all
be.
are.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for OAX. Ready for that extra day. We need a 3-day show, baby. 3 days. 3 days.
Hey, Dave, can you tell us about the upcoming Marvel Magic collab? Are you doing any art that's coming up for the Spider-Man set or thereafter?
I think I can say that I will have some work in the new sets. I don't think I can really say much more than that. Try not to rock the boat too much on my WotC NDA. So, but yeah, I'll have a few pieces in Spider-Man, and then more after that. So
There you go. That's exciting news, my friend.
Hey, Dave, quick question. Everything you do is still physical, right? You never go into digital? I don't think I've noticed digital pieces from you.
yeah, no, I never took to it. I learned physical media, and then I don't know. I never had enough motivation to really learn how to finish a piece digitally. So digital has worked its way into different parts of my process, but I still feel like I can't really do things the way I want to do them unless I can actually put my hands on it.
Oh, for sure. We appreciate that too, because it seems more and more common now. Reach out to an artist, and we're lucky if they got like a prelim or pencils or something, let alone like a full
Sure,
full piece.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Not a lot of when you think about it, there's really not a lot of painted work out there like traditional stuff. There's a lot of digital.
Yeah, it's interesting. With Magic, it was definitely like trending in that direction. And then, as Sid mentioned, the market jumped way up during COVID, and a lot of people started working traditional because of that. But yeah, I think that's a specific area where there is like this big kind of collector side to it. A lot of other illustration that doesn't necessarily have that kind of like, if nothing else, like that meeting place and that common ground. People are maybe more incentivized for speed than for having the physical piece in the end. So yeah, but no, it's how I've always worked. It's how I feel. I know how to do this. So
You become a man. That's what we want. We want more painted work.
yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, does anybody else have something they want to say before we wrap it up, man?
One more. If they do a DC masterpieces, would you ever sign on for?
I mean, if they come ask me, I would certainly like to. I had a great time. I wouldn't turn it down if I had another opportunity. But
So the deadlines weren't too much. Like I think you got
That
only
man.
a couple days a piece, right?
yeah, no, I mean, I had 2 years. It worked out. So
I like Marcus's questions. We doing DC masterpieces, and we doing Magic the Gathering. I love it, bro. I love those.
Hey, what about Tops?
I don't even know what is Topps doing. I don't even know what's going on over there.
We're praying there's going to be OA eventually with Tops.
Okay.
Yeah, Topps has the license to produce Marvel cards now,
Okay.
but Topps has a history of just using like comic book art or other
Okay.
published art.
Yeah.
It's not original or new to that set. So we're really hoping that the feedback is getting through to them to work with artists to create a brand new original art set under the Topps brand.
Yeah. 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 It's interesting now that it's kind of uncertain, like what happens, where do things go with everything being reshuffled like that. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do original art sets.
Hope so.
They better hope so, man. Because if they don't, I don't know how far you can go, man. You need to give exclusive art in a set.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, you remove all the original art sets from Upper Deck, and the catalog isn't that sexy anymore. You know.
And that's what makes it special, for a non-sports card is the art.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. All right, guys. Anybody else? Are we good? All right. Well, listen, again, all of you guys are awesome. Thank you all for coming through, hanging out. Dave, thank you for coming and hanging out.
Thank you,
As
Dave.
always, I know you're busy painting, so it's nice to be able to hang out. Everybody, again, y'all are awesome. Make sure you guys are following all the homies. We're definitely going to do something like this. I want to continue to do these kind of streams with other artists and other sites. I think it's something necessary. It's definitely something necessary. And again, y'all know how it is, man. We'll see you guys again soon. Love y'all. Be good. Be safe. God bless, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks so
All
much,
right,
everyone.
Thanks a lot, guys.
guys.
Take care, guys.
Peace.
Oh, Dave.